An Alaskan typhoon has damaged 30 communities. More on how you can help tonight.
And we have an educational package from one of our very own. All that and more right now.
This is News 3 New Mexico, your local source for news, sports, and first weather.
Welcome back to News 3 New Mexico. I'm Drake Long.
And I'm Samantha Stressman. Thank you so much for watching.
As hundreds of millions of birds flock south during migration, so too does a particular strain of bird flu. The H5N1 strain of avian influenza has killed millions of birds and mammals worldwide. And while the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say that current risk to human health is low, experts say the virus's propensity to spread from birds and to other animals and mutate further raises concern. New Mexico state officials said they're keeping an eye on wild bird and mammal deaths as the season progresses, but noted that some trafficking efforts have been slowed due to the ongoing federal shutdown. USDA last confirmed a wild bird avian influenza case in New Mexico coming from a great horned owl in Chavez County. In 2024, the flu spread to dairy cattle and in New Mexico and other states. Sick dairy cows and increased cases of poultry farms resulted in 70 human cases and 1 death across the U.S. No reports have come in about the livestock cases, but they are keeping a lookout.
Portales Wine, Beer, and Music Festival lineup for the Peanut Valley Festival has been shaken up, but the fun still continues. Country music superstar Mark Chestnut is no longer able to perform at Saturday, October 18th festival. This concert has been canceled, but the County Chamber of Commerce promises to find new talent. Live entertainment from 3 bands, including a touring band, is still promised. All ticket buyers for Mark Chestnut's concert will receive refunds in the coming days. Despite this setback, the Peanut Festival at the Roosevelt County Fairgrounds promises to provide family fun for all ages. Live music, dancers, kids' activities, a health fair, food trucks, and a vendor fair are just a few of the items on the lineup for this weekend. This event lasts from October 18th until October 19th at the Roosevelt County Fairgrounds.
Police arrested a security guard for allegedly killing a shoplifting suspect Thursday at a Spirit Halloween store in northeast Albuquerque. The shooting happened Thursday around 5 p.m. at the Spirit Halloween in the old Whole Foods location near Carlisle and I-40. Police say that the victim died from the gunshot wounds prior to officers arriving. Police arrested 25-year-old Josiah Armijo for second-degree murder. Armijo is accused of shooting and killing a man who was accused of walking out of the store with around $90 in unpaid-for items. Police found that the guard was within his rights to stop the man. However, they found that the man was unarmed and determined that the guard wasn't within his rights to use deadly force. Armijo faces a second-degree murder charge.
So I am curious, have y'all heard about Typhoon Halong?
No, I haven't.
Where was that?
That was in Alaska, and it devastated over 40 coastal communities, displacing approximately 1,500 people. I know that personally, I would love to help, and I'm sure you would too. If you would like to help, you can visit alaskacf.org/Western Alaska, where you can donate funds to help in the rescue efforts. That's all I have for now, but do stay tuned, as later tonight I will talk about the cooler temperatures coming to New Mexico. Back to y'all at the desk.
Earlier this year, Eastern New Mexico University received an incredible gift.
News 3 New Mexico's Hannah Knight has more info on what the gift is and how it will help the community.
In May, Eastern New Mexico University received a $7.5 million gift from 2 anonymous donors. The gift, which is the largest in ENMU's history, will be put towards a new literacy academy and endowed chair position.
This gift, it's one of those transformational contributions. When we talk with donors, it's really connecting the passion of the individual, the donor, with the needs of the university. And for Eastern New Mexico, we have talked about literacy, for years.
We envision that it will help everybody. Our community is the biggest thing important to us. And not only is centered focus against early childhood, but middle, high school, and then of course parents. Because if we educate our parents, they're going to better help their students at home or their children at home.
Then for the university, it gives our students the ability to engage in research within this center And finally, the gift endows a professorship, so we will hire and attract, retain an expert in this area that will continue that research and that body of work.
And as far as the endowed chair position goes, we're excited because we don't have to apply to the state for monies for this position, and it creates an extra position that we didn't have at the university, and therefore we can reach out to more students on campus as well as grow a program that's already strengthening in the area.
The Eastern New Mexico Learning Academy is expected to help address literacy challenges in this region. ENMU already provides early childhood education services through the Child Development Center, but the Academy will serve a wider age demographic with many more seats available.
Us elementary and secondary education, we work a lot with the local schools, which has been a great opportunity. It's been very nice that they've been willing to work with us, and I am really excited to potentially have something on campus through Eastern that us education majors can work with kids, because there isn't currently something like that for the elementary and upper education majors.
That endowed chair positions, one of the things that they're going to be doing is research on what are the best practices for this area. The instruction that they're going to provide and the vision will be driven by that research too, to really find out what is best for this area in regards to promoting reading and literacy for our region.
We're going to address needs that older children have, and as we grow and strengthen this center, we're going to address needs that parents have.
The gift will ultimately provide a remedy for long-standing literacy challenges in eastern New Mexico. For those involved, the project is a source of gratitude.
It's been maybe over a year in the making. Everybody in the School of Education and Technology has rolled up their sleeves and been a part of working with these tremendously generous donors to make them feel a part of this community and to help them understand that, you know, while the size of the gift matters, it's this impact that's really important, and our mission and how we're focused on our regional needs and the communities and the students specifically in our region, which this gift is tailored to surgically address.
For News 3 New Mexico, I'm Hannah Knight.
Thank you, Hannah.
We're excited to see how this project unfolds.
Today's News 3 pet of the day is Vienna, sent in by the Rainey family. Vienna is a Dachshund Yorkie mix, or a Dorkie, if you will. She is full of spunk and spirit, but wants to be by your side all of the time. She has been quite a blessing in their lives.
If you would like a chance to have your pet on News 3, send a photo of your pet to news3nm@enmu.edu, along with their name, age, and something you love about them.
Coming up after the break, Lainey has her full weather report.
But first, a look at today's financial market.
Welcome back to News 3 New Mexico. I'm Lainey Carlock. Let's take a look at that radar. A little bit of precipitation in the states going up towards Billings and Minneapolis for the most part. But as for us in down old little New Mexico, we're just getting clouds. Pretty sad about that. I love the rain. However, we're getting cooler temperatures. Isn't that absolutely wonderful? Moving down kind of into that northern area, but moving down east, we're going to see that cooler temperatures are coming our way. It's especially hitting in Raton and Farmington for now. And as we can see, it's starting to drop in Albuquerque. And if we move over to the Roswell, Ruidoso area, we're seeing it get down into those 40s and 50s, meaning that a cold front is finally moving its way through. This is great for us, meaning that our winter weather is finally hitting after so long of waiting. But with winter comes wind, the 2 W's, what can I say? We're going to see that wind tonight kind of make its way up into those like 6 mile per hour areas, really peaking at 8 miles per hour for the most part. But as we get into the night and into tomorrow, it's going to begin to make its way down, finally stopping at about 3 miles per hour. As for our current temperatures, we're seeing about 59 in Farmington, 59 in Gallup, for the most part, pretty nice and calm. 64 for Ruidoso, 80 for Roswell, and 76 for Portales and Clovis. As for tonight's lows, we're going to see that Raton and Gallup are finally getting some freezing temperatures at 30 and 31. With Ruidoso at 41, Roswell at 46, and Portales at 42, Clovis at 38. We're finally getting down there. I'm super glad about that. But make sure if you have freezing temperatures that you're turning on your water, making sure that your cupboards are open so you don't get freezing pipes. Let's take a look at tomorrow's highs. Overall, not too bad. 69 in Raton, 66 in Farmington, and 67 in Gallup with 71 in Albuquerque. And for the eastern part of the state, 79 in Portales, 77 in Clovis, and 82 in Lubbock with 76 in Amarillo. Let's look at that 7-day forecast, why don't we? Starting off with Roswell. That's actually my hometown. Going into those 80s and 70s, getting back up into those 80s, 83 on Wednesday, 82, and dropping down into 78 for Friday. The lows in the 40s and 50s overall, not too bad. As for Carlsbad, again, getting into those 80s, actually getting up to 93 on Monday and getting back down into those 70s and 80s throughout the week. 48 on a Saturday night and dropping down into those low 50s, a little bit of that high 50 on Wednesday night at 59. As for Tucumcari, windy on Sunday and a little bit of cloudiness throughout the week in the 70s and 80s once again, up at 85 on Monday and down into the 40s and 50s for the lows. And finally finishing off with Portales, wind on Monday and cloudiness throughout the rest of the week, 70s and 80s throughout the week, and down into the 40s and 50s throughout the nights for our lows. Overall, not horrible weather. I like that the temperatures are finally dropping. Not excited for the freezing stuff though, because that's when pipes burst.
I do love the cold.
I do.
I love the cold, but pipes bursting?
We've been waiting for it for so long. I feel like this year it's really been a late cold season.
It really, really has. After the break, Lorenzo will have his full sports report for you.
So stay tuned.
Welcome back, sports fans, to News 3 New Mexico. My name is Lorenzo Solis, and let's take a dive into today's report. Taking a swing into our first story is, yep, you guessed it, the MLB. Now this week has been a doozy, with the Dodgers and the Brewers going head-to-head this week in a 7-game series, with the Dodgers taking 3 wins over the last few days. The fourth game is taking place today, and the Brewers still have a 4-game buffer to catch up and possibly take home the win. But keep in mind, the Dodgers have been on a winning streak, so the heat is on for the Brewers if they want to catch up. On the other side of the bracket are the Toronto Blue Jays and Seattle Mariners. These two going neck and neck are the real show stealers for the week, because both teams have been fighting tooth and nail to get an edge over one another. Right now, both teams have 2 wins under their belt on the 7th game series, and tonight they played a 5th game. And with such a close game, with there only being 2 games left to the series, it could only be anyone's game. After this, it's the World Series, and I will keep you updated on who makes the cut next week. Passing things off, we have the NFL, and overall NFC rankings have had a shakeup, with some teams leading the rankings in a doozy of a week. While the Eagles still hold the top for NFC East, the Packers have taken the top spot in NFC North, after taking a win over the Bengals last Sunday. It was the 27-18 win over Cincinnati that carried the Cheeseheads into the first. Now, for the NFC South, the Buccaneers have been dominating NFC South with a 5-1 win-to-loss ratio, and their win, they took over the 49ers. In a 30-19, speaking of the 49ers, they still have a shaky top spot for the NFC. As you can see here, the Rams, Seahawks, and the 49ers are all neck and neck this week for top spot NFC West. And with all 3 games this Sunday, and with the weekend being already here, watching football all Sunday long doesn't sound like a bad idea. Moving on to the Greyhound volleyball, the Eastern New Mexico University volleyball team dropped a straight set match to Sul Ross State Thursday evening at Gallego Center. The loss moves the Greyhounds to 4-14 overall and 1-6 in conference play. Also, Ross State improves to 3-11 overall and 1-7 in conference action. Eastern New Mexico struggled offensively, posting a .45 attack percentage with 23 kills against 31 errors and 176 total attempts. The Greyhounds recorded 12 service errors while managing just 2 service aces in the contest. Addison Bartlett led the Greyhound attack with 7 kills, while Sofia Valdez contributed to the offense's effort with 5 kills. The duo combined for 12, Enum used 23 kills in the match. Imani Brown anchored the defense effort with a team-high 16 digs, while Bartlett added 13 digs of her own. Sul Ross State countered with a more efficient offensive performance, tallying 41 kills against 34 errors and a 183 attempts for a .38 attack percentage. The Lobos also recorded 6 service aces and a total blocks in victory before a crowd of 200 at the Gallego Center. Eastern New Mexico will look to rebound when they travel to Silver City to face Western New Mexico University on Saturday, October 18th. For another important conference matchup, First Serve is slated for 2 p.m. Mountain Time. That's all I have for y'all today. Don't worry, we'll be back at the desk with Drake and Samantha, so stay tuned.
Lorenzo said yes. 15 till we go.
Welcome back. Next week is Eastern's 2025 Homecoming Week with the theme Greyhounds in Paradise. It's looking to be an exciting week full of fun activities and events.
So we're going to go through some of the items on the itinerary for you next week so you're all in the know about them.
To kick off the week, keep an eye on Eastern's social media pages on Monday because ENMU's Chancellor Dr. James Johnston will be welcoming us all to Homecoming Week over a cup of coffee. This will be followed by the 34th Annual Songfest, sponsored by ASAB, located in the Cub Ballroom. Come out and see the student organizations compete against each other in a battle of song, dance, and skits to win cash prizes, as well as a year's worth of bragging rights for the organization who wins. It's sure to be a night full of talent, so make sure you come out and support the groups here on campus.
On Tuesday the 21st, the 9th Annual Powder Puff Tournament will happen at the Portales High School practice field. The Powder Puff competition is a fun and competitive event where the ladies of ENMU will go head-to-head in a game of flag football. Every year it is an electric event, so make sure not to miss this event. And if you bring your ENMU ID, you will receive a 2025 homecoming shirt.
On Thursday the 23rd at 6 p.m., the second annual ring ceremony will take place at Eastern's Administration Building. This new tradition is a free event for graduating seniors and alumni to share their Greyhound pride with family and friends. The brief ceremony will include remarks from ENMU's Chancellor and the presentation of the rings. Recipients can take a photo with Dr. Johnston and the one and only Ralph the Greyhound to commemorate the occasion. So if you would like to sign up to participate in the second annual ring ceremony, you can do so at my.enmu.edu/forms/enmu-ring-ceremony. From 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Thursday inside of Buchanan Hall, Astrid Morales will have a piano recital. Morales is an advocate of Latin American music and an active performer of Mexican music. Morales has collaborated with world-renowned musicians including Andres Diaz, Santiago Cañón, Matt Albert, and many others. She also serves on the piano faculty at the University of Texas in Arlington and served as faculty associate at Arizona State University, so it's sure to be an amazing performance. Once again, that performance starts at 7 p.m. at Buchanan Hall inside of the music building on campus.
Friday the 24th will be a day full of events. From 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. is the Residence Barbecue located behind the President's Residence. Then at 6:30 p.m. at Steve Loy Family Foundation Arena, the annual Homecoming Bonfire and Pep Rally will begin. Eastern's homecoming royalty will be announced, and the Master of Ceremonies, Doc Elder, will lead the Pep Rally schedule of events. After this, the Homecoming Celebration Drone Show will begin around 8 p.m. It promises to be a spectacular showing of school spirit. And lastly, from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Uncle Mike's is the Halloween dance featuring Grupo Maldid. Entry is $10 for singles, $15 for couples, and there will be a costume contest during the show.
Saturday plans to be just as busy as Friday, starting with the ENMU homecoming tailgating. The tailgate will be located at the Steve Loy Family Foundation Stadium parking lot from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Gear up for an unforgettable pregame experience that will take your college spirit to the next level. There will be tasty food and a live DJ, all for the great price of free. At 11 a.m., the homecoming parade starts and will travel down U.S. Highway 70. It promises to be an amazing family event where you can see some amazing floats, as well as hear some great music provided by the Greyhound Sound. At noon, the alumni tailgate begins in the hospitality tent within the tailgating area. And at 3 p.m., our Greyhounds kick off against Western New Mexico at the Steve Loy Family Foundation Stadium. It's going to be one heck of a game of football, so make sure you go out and support our football team. Next week promises to be jam-packed with events for everyone, so make sure you stop by one of them and show your Greyhound spirit.
Make sure you stay tuned for one final look at tomorrow's Wagon Wheel game.
You know, Lorenzo, how do you think that wagon wheel game is going to go?
I think it's going to go pretty good. But as always, Buffs down.
Well, that's all the news we have for you tonight. Make sure you stay tuned for next week.
Good night.